Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, we're going to have a rollback. I did come back to the model table yesterday, and I did a little bit of painting here. Got a little bit further ahead. No use describing what I did, and then show you the rollback, because what's the use, right? Okay, now. Got an email this morning from somebody by the name of Brian Doughty. And Brian was trying to help me out with where can I get the Yamato here in Winnipeg. Like, how can I get it delivered here in Winnipeg? So he gave me a couple of links to Amazon sites, and I couldn't really get anything definitive there. Like, there's no price or nowhere where you can click on buy now or anything like that. But there was one outfit that I've heard of actually for a few years. They're called Sprue Brothers. They're down in the United States. Well, I guess it's that way. Yeah, right in the middle of the United States. So I'd heard of them, and so I went on their website, and sure enough, they've got the Yamato. And they gave the American price, and of course I knew it was going to be a lot more expensive in Canadian dollars. But I thought, you know what? Let's go for this thing. Let's go for this thing. So I fill in all the criteria, and you have to go through PayPal and stuff like that. And after all is said and done, in the fine print, well, not necessarily fine print, but at the end of it, it finally says, one or more items in your cart cannot be delivered to your address. Well, I only had one item in the cart, and it was the Yamato. There was no explanation as to why. I don't know what's going on. I think that by the way, Trumpeter's website is back up. So I went on it this morning, and I was thinking, well, there's other 1-200 kits, like maybe an aircraft carrier. An aircraft carrier would look pretty good down in the bottom of that case there. Or maybe I've had enough. By the time I get through with this submarine, it's going to be well over 6 years sitting at the model table here making plastic models. Maybe it's time to go back to pen turning or something. I don't know. Or maybe I could make a project cleaning up my workshop. The other day, when I was going through some boxes and I was throwing out cardboard boxes, you might remember you saw my big blue recycling bin sitting at the doorway there. Well, the reason I dragged it in is because I was putting cardboard into it, and it was too cold to keep going outside, so it was easier to just bring the whole thing in the house. Hope I didn't bring any insects in. Well, they'd be frozen. I don't know if they come back to life or not. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, now I remember. When I was going through all those little boxes, I was separating the foam from the cardboard, because here in Winnipeg, recycle they won't take foam or plastic bags or anything like that. So I was meticulously going through everything, and in one of the boxes, I found there was about a dozen of these zip ties. So I thought, okay, I'll save those. So I got them together, and the next time I went down into my workshop, I took them with me, and I went to where I used to keep a little tin for years and years, of this little tin with zip ties in it, and that's all I put in it. So I went to go where that tin normally always was. It wasn't there. And I looked around. Did I maybe take it and set it on the table saw or something? Nope. Can't find it. It's got to be down in the basement, I think. I might have brought it up here somewhere. The whole house is becoming such a hodgepodge. And anyway, bottom line is maybe what I do is make a project of cleaning up the house. I don't think I dismantle the model table. Or maybe I'll get an aircraft carrier. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that I have honestly tried to get the Yamato on this table. It was. I thought this morning I'm going to bite the bullet and pay the price. You know, it might be just as well I don't spend. It would have been well over $1,000 Canadian. You know, at this point, I got the Gold Wing coming in about 4 months, and there's going to be a big financial outlay there. I don't know. Do I want to be spending a whole lot more money? There are other things I can do. For instance, I don't have to buy anything to turn pens. I have pen supplies like you wouldn't believe. So, and that might be kind of fun. Yeah. Tennessee Jim, you'd enjoy that. yeah, Tennessee Jim is a pen turner as well. So, okay, what do we got here? I've been talking now for about 7 minutes because when I started talking, it was just a coincidence. I heard my little clock on the wall there starting to gong out the hour, which was 7, and now it's 7 minutes after 7. And we still have no temperature. I don't know what the temperature. Hey Google, what is the temperature in Winnipeg right now?
In Winnipeg, it's currently minus 26 degrees.
Hey, that's warmer than yesterday by 1 degree. Yeah, but it's clear. Yeah. Well, it's like I was telling you yesterday. When it's really cold, it's generally clear. So, okay, let's. You know what? Let's just find out what happened last night. Let's roll back. We left off yesterday's episode with a shot much like this right here. And I was trying to decide what kind of glue I'm going to use. Well, it's about 3-4 hours now has passed, and I'm noticing that the glue on these connections right here is clear. We don't even see it. So I'm thinking, well, here we glued a painted object onto the plastic part, and why not paint these first and use the weld bond glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these. I think I'll probably use the XF77. It's fairly dark, a lot darker than these things are anyway. These are about the same shade of gray as the XF19, or the H338 is about the same color as well. Anyway, I think probably the 77 should be dark enough. I don't think I need to, use the NATO black or anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. If I don't lose these and have them ping off. Yeah, let's just recompose here. Now, normally I would not use a brush this big, but I was just using it for painting a swatch on the plastic there, and I'm just going to see if I can use it to do these as well. I think if I'm more or less careful, it should work. And where the tweezer is holding on, I'll get that later. Okay, yeah, that's going to work out okay. I don't think I'm going to need to do 2 coats either. This is the XF77, by the way. Probably got too much on my brush here. Well, this shrink wraps extremely well, so we don't need to worry. Okay, and this is the last one of these little ladder thingies. Whoops. Okay. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, I'm not seeing any fluffies on there. All right. Now there's two like this. These are the ones we were working with before. Maybe I should have used a different tweezer. This looks like it's just about ready to ping out of there, doesn't it? Yep. Okay, let's get a better hold on that. Maybe if I hold it like this, that'll make it just a little bit tighter. Now this is the underside. We're not going to see that anyway. But this we will. Okay. Now our bell. I don't think I'm going to need to paint where the tweezer is holding on to it there, because it's that actually plugs into a hole in the deck or something. Now the bell, we're going to want to be painting it gold or something. At least I would think that it would be gold. On the other hand, maybe on a submarine it wasn't, for camouflage purposes. Now, just on the end there, that's the little rope or whatever that hangs down for the clapper. Yeah, it'll be. I think that's going to be okay. I think I got it more or less. Well, I don't need to do it on the end there. So why did I do it? Okay. Now these ones here, using one of Chris's alligator clips here. They're a little bit stronger. Got to remember not to get this too close to the lens or it's going to go out of focus on me. Yeah, I think painting these before we glue them on is a better idea. Even though the glue is not going to stick as good on the painted surface. That's good. The brush is a little bit too saturated there, too loaded. Okay, now do I got the end here? This is what people are going to see. Nope. Getting it out of your view there, aren't I? Okay, I think I basically got that. And we'll touch up right here later. There's one more like that. Okay, this should be the last piece. Okay, I do believe I've got it. Sometimes when these things dry, you see where you've missed, but... Okay, this is the Mr. Hobby H9. I'm not going to try and paint the underside where the clapper is. Okay, here's hoping that this is going to shrink wrap slightly. At arm's length, it's going to look all right. Okay, what else did I accomplish here this evening? Well, I was going to start masking off this black Stynylrez so that I could spray this, and then I thought, no, why don't I just brush it? So I brushed it with the XF20. Now the other side I will spray with the XF20, and also part of the main hull will also be the XF20. That will be the lighter gray. That I've decided that's going to be it. Now as for the deck itself, I'm going to use the 77. And that should be plenty dark enough. And yet it won't look black. Now for the bottom of the hull, I believe I'm going to be probably using the 66. Because it calls for something a little later. This now is all masked off properly, and it's ready to be painted with the 77 because it's going to be a deck. I'll wait and I'll do this whenever it is I'm going to do the main part of the deck. I did touch up where the tweezers were hanging onto these pieces. I touched them all up, and they're ready to be glued in place when the time comes. We can go ahead and glue the pieces onto this, and then this part will be done. We won't be doing anything to it until it actually comes time to sandwich these together. I think I've pretty much gone as far as I can go here this evening. I want to let this dry before I give it a second coat. It brushed on very easily, and I think the reason for that is partially because it had been primed with a Stynylrest. This black is actually a primer. And you can see it covered fairly well. I think one more coat will be just fine, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to get away with one coat over top of this. At least that's the plan. Okay, I'm going to call her quits here for this evening, so we'll see you in the morning. Well, it is morning, and we're just sort of doing a bit of a dry run here now with our painted part. Make sure everything's going to fit okay. Okay, let's try and not make a mess. Now remember, this glue is going to dry clear. Better get just a little bit more there. Yeah, I do believe that it is seated, and it seems that it is perpendicular to the side of the I'd like to get just a little bit more over this way if I could. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, let's let that dry. Once again, we're just doing a dry run here. Are we going to be lucky with this one like we were with the other one? This one is much longer, and there's a lot more little places that it has to make contact. This is the first time I'm actually trying this, so. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. They're all lining up. Every peg has dropped into a hole. I can't believe it. Trumpeter, you're to be congratulated, at least on this. Okay. It almost seems like my glue is drying out there. It's not dropping off as well as it did before. Okay, one more. This first one doesn't seem to have very much in it. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's see if we can get it to drop down and like we did with our dry run. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put it in here. I almost got it, but this one at the end here, I think it's in the hole. Okay, now this is going to be very easily broken off. Okay, let's just leave that now. I think if I'm very careful when I'm handling this, like when I'm sandwiching this part to the other part, that I don't grab a hold of it. Yeah, if I watch where I put my fingers, it'll probably be okay. Now we do have a rung to go here and a rung to go here. They should be easy. So that means they're probably going to be hard, right? And here they are. Okay, let's recompose here. Maybe we'll put the macro lens back on. You know, I think I've got this the wrong way around. I would think that it would be designed in such a way that as the boat is going through the water, seaweeds and stuff like that, or cables, or, you know, submarine nets and what have you, would have a tendency to, for instance, the water would be going this way, unless the ship was in reverse. I wonder if submarine had a reverse. Must have. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. I can't see the holes. I'm pretty sure that's got it. Yeah, they're in the holes. Okay, now the other one. I just heard the neighbor's door. So that means that Missy the dog is going to be by here any minute. It's pretty cold, so Max may not take her for a long walk. Yeah, I think I basically got it here. I can feel it better with my finger. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, I bumped this one. Gonna have to watch that. It's very precarious. Okay, and yeah, it's in. Okay, let's let those dry and get ready for Missy the dog. on in, Missy. Come on in. It's cold out there, isn't it? Yeah, it's cold out there. Morning, Max.
Good dog, Missy. She waits for me, eh?
Yeah, she waits for you.
Sorry, Miss. She's afraid I'll freeze out there by myself. And by Thursday, it's supposed to go up to 0.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Come on, Missy. Come on. There you go. Well, I got good news for you, Missy. Yeah, the good news is that the bacon bits should be here on Tuesday.
Where are they coming from?
Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, for the viewers don't know, but yesterday afternoon, when Missy came for her treats, she didn't seem to be too excited about the venison here. But I don't know, maybe she wasn't hungry.
It all depends on how recently she's had a dump and how recently she's eaten.
Oh.
If she needs to have a dump, she doesn't have any appetite to dump.
Oh yeah, she's all plugged up.
And she only went once yesterday
Oh,
in the cold weather.
Look at that, she did it again. There was one left here. There's one left. There it is. There, you got it. You can come back up if you want. Sure. But you got them all.
Warm your paws.
Yeah, warm your paws.
Well, I think Rainy's going to try to rush off to church. I think I'm going to. She knows the drill. Got to come over here, say goodbye.
Goodbye, Missy.
Lick, lick.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thanks, Ron.
We'll see you later.
See you later. That's his house. Yeah, I got a door right here.
It's cold.
Yeah. She says, get that door open. Thanks, Ron.
See you, Missy. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay. Now, this piece, I believe, we are finished with, because we're not going to paint it. We're going to leave it clear. And when we're looking through it, these railings and so on that we put on here. Now, mind you, this glue I'm hoping is going to dry nice and clear, and we're not going to see it. But yeah, we're going to be looking through it via a mirror this way at the detail in this part, which is going to go something like this. Now, let's not break anything trying to demonstrate, but you get the idea. Okay, so let's put this in a nice safe place here while these rungs and handholds and all the rest of it dry. Yeah, I don't need to have this on the model table anymore. We're not going to need it for a couple of steps. I think maybe when we turn the page we have to sandwich these parts together with this in between, and then there's some other stuff that has to go on as well. But this one here, we can't put the rungs and hand railing on the side until after this is painted. And I was going to spray this with the number XF20. Oh, I did give this a second coat earlier this morning, so this has got its two coats now. It actually looks not too bad. Now, mind you, you're not zoomed in, so you can't see it. Okay, let's recompose here and trying to decide what are we going to do. I think we're just about ready to start spraying. You know, this is going to be the dark gray, the upper deck, And then there's quite a large portion on the main hull that is upper deck that has to be sprayed. Maybe I should get the hull back on the table here and try and get organized. I just don't know what to do next year. $987. Okay, so if there is 2,106 calories divided by 987 equals 2.13 calories per gram. Yeah. Okay. Let's cut this thing here. Now that we made a mess of my scale. Okay. So obviously we got cheese, pepperoni, cheese, and this is a mixture of cooked ham, cooked turkey, and tomato sauce. Then on the bottom we have one crust. No potato. Okay, so this particular piece of pizza is 198 grams. So there is 422 calories in that one piece of pizza. Well, that's the way it goes. A little bit of a different pizza day, isn't it? Hey, they can't all be the same. Okay, I've got our two halves here held together with a couple of rubber bands. And this is actually going to be the very first time that I'm going to be putting the cone section or stern section. I keep wanting to call this thing a fuselage. I've heard that it does not fit together too good. Oh no, it seems to be going. No, it is going. It's going together actually extremely well. Yeah, I can see that I can work that out. Okay, now, what we've got going on here, this is our conning tower that we painted. It goes right in here like that. Okay, so this deck area and this piece here are all going to be painted the dark. And I'm just sort of debating now, should I continue on and paint this clear plastic part, or should I leave it so that we can see down through it? I'm kind of leaning towards just leaving this entire thing clear so we can see the detail on the inside, unless it happens to be that the detail doesn't look too good. Then maybe we might want to be painting it, but I guess we'll wait till we get to the cone section or the stern section. Now, as you can see, it's quite a large model here. It's from here way down to over here, and I'm going to have to build a pretty good sized case for this thing. However, what do we got here? 1:41 in the afternoon. Stuff has been happening. I'm going to be calling her quits for today, I think. The video's long enough, and I'll think about what I'm going to do here. Am I going to just continue on and paint the top of this, or am I going to leave it clear? Maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead in the manual here and just see what have I got that is going to be going in here. I do believe that there's going to be yeah, isn't one of the torpedo tubes? Well, we'll worry about this tomorrow. Let's worry about it tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.